What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Hot Toys Hotline once again. I've got a bit of a special one for you today. I've been getting a lot of questions about this, and I've seen a lot of questions in Facebook groups of people asking, hey, how do I condition my figures? What products should I use? What do I have to buy to do that? And how often should I do it? All of those questions will be answered here today in this video. After I'm done talking here, we will take it to the light box, and I'll show you guys hands-on how I do it. Of course, this is just my method of doing it. Other people may do it differently, but this is how I do it, so I wanted to share it with you guys because this is what works for me. But before we move on to the light box, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are currently sitting at about 130 subscribers. We do currently have a goal of 250 subscribers. Now, guys, with that 250 subscriber goal, once again, thanks to Lane, we will be giving away a Arkham series Harley Quinn hot toy on the channel. So if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel and get yourself an entry into that giveaway. We will be making a video regarding all of the different requirements to be in this giveaway, but you will have to be a subscriber, and we will have to reach 250 subscribers to be able to give that away. So without further ado, let's jump down to the light box and let's get started. I'm going to show you guys how to do everything in terms of conditioning the pleather on your figures. All right, everybody, here we are down in the light box. I first want to start by showing you all of the things that I use for the pleather conditioning process before we grab the figures out of the display case. So let me just show you what everything is and kind of tell you where I got it from so it makes it easier for you to find it later. So guys, this is just a normal cheap little paint palette. Typically when you buy these, they come with a pack of 10 or something, or a pack of 5. I did get this on Amazon, so I will link you to that in the description. But they're available in a lot of different places, eBay and places like that. So that's all that is. And what I use this for is I just put the pleather conditioner in here and I dip the brush in it as I want to condition things. Just makes less of a mess, and it allows you to control the amount that you're putting on a little bit easier. Going along with that, this is just a little cheap plastic pipette. You buy these in a pack of like 100 or 50. They're very cheap, obviously, because it's plastic. But it just makes it very easy to distribute the pleather conditioner into the paint palette. But you can use these for a lot of things. I definitely recommend grabbing some of these because you'd be surprised how many different applications they have. But moving on, we have a just normal microfiber cloth here. Typically, this is used to wipe down the figure after you apply the pleather conditioner if there is excess. To be honest with you, I don't do this as often as some people do, just because I feel like it air dries just fine and it still leaves a great look on the figure. So, but I wanted to include this anyway, just to show you guys how that works in case you want to go that route. This is actually a makeup brush, and this is what I use to apply the pleather conditioner. Sorry about my hands, guys. They got a little chewed up. That's all right. This isn't a beauty contest, so... But yeah, so this is the larger of the makeup brushes here. This is just a normal Star Wars makeup brush that I bought on Amazon. I believe for a pack of 5 it was about $10. I know I'm missing one here in the video, but I seem to have misplaced it. But regardless, these work great. It's kind of a matter of picking the one that works the best for you. I feel like this one here is a bit too big and a bit too fluffy, and it picks up too much of the pleather conditioner. So I tend to go with a bit of a smaller one from the set. So it's good that you have that option and you can pick what works for you. Finally, the star of the show. Guys, this is what I use to condition my figures. This is the Trinova Faux Leather Conditioner and Cleaner. I've been using this stuff for a long time. It is readily available on Amazon. Again, all of this stuff, I will put the links in the description for it. But I believe everything I have here is from Amazon. But this is great stuff, guys. A lot of you are probably like, oh, no 303. Trust me, 303 is a great product. I just found what works for me, and that's what I use. But I will also put links in the description for 303's products as well, because I know they work great, because a lot of people swear by those as well. But I will be right back. I'm going to grab the figures, and we'll start the process, and I'll show you how to do everything soon. All right, and with a little bit of movie magic, we are back. This is my brush of choice. Not only does this one have more uniform bristles on it, I think it just makes it easier to apply, especially with that little angled portion that comes to a little bit of a tip at the end. A figure that has to be conditioned regularly, in my opinion, regularly meaning every 2 months, is definitely this Grail Old Ben from A New Hope figure. I know this is one that a lot of you guys are really interested in, but when you grab these older figures, unfortunately, the pleather is not the highest quality. So with that being said, definitely make your decisions wisely. If this isn't a process that you want to do every 2 to 3 months, I would say maybe pass on these figures, because if you are in a humid climate, it could be an absolute nightmare for figures like these. Let me grab Ben off of his stand. We're going to lose the lightsaber here, and let's get this out of the way. So guys, typically what I do before I start is I get all of the limbs that are going to be in my way out of the way. I will say, when you're working with an older figure like this, you want to be very careful with, like, especially with old Ben with his hanging pouch and such. You want to be very, very careful that you don't tug on that or pull on it, because sometimes people have done that and it cracked right off. So I'm going to be as careful as possible here. Same with the boots. Just be very careful. Again, get everything out of the way on the piece that you're going to be working on. We'll start with the boots just because that's easier. Let me pull everything out of the way here. All right, but basically all I do is I take the makeup brush. I did place some of the pleather conditioner here in the palette. And what I'm going to do is just slowly apply. And you can see here, hopefully, I'm just slowly applying it. And of course, because this brush does have metal on it, do not brush that metal across the pleather, because that would not be good. But again, we're just slowly applying. And I'm sorry if this isn't coming out the best on camera. This is my first time doing this on camera, so give me a break here. But again, we're just rotating around, slowly applying it, making sure that we cover the whole surface area of the boot or the pleather piece that you're working on, whatever it is. Kind of make sure you get up top there too. Of course, the pleather is folded over there because it's a boot, so make sure you get that. And the nice thing is, while you're doing this process, if you have enough lighting, you can see the pleather conditioner on the piece, which makes it easier to see what you've done and what you haven't done. But that's really all you have to do, guys. Just take your time and be careful. I might be going a little fast here, but you get the general idea. And we're going to move on to the other boot. I'm going to dip it in a little bit, but you saw, guys, I dipped it one time, and that's all it took. You don't need much. A little goes a long way, excuse me, with this pleather conditioner. Try to get into all those cracks too, where unfortunately the pleather folds and creases, like you can see here on the sides. But again, make sure you're getting in every little crevice. I do the front of the boots as well, just because I want it all looking nice and conditioned. You'd be surprised, guys. This isn't just for preventative measures. I think once you condition the pleather and it sets, it looks really, really nice and fresh. So again, we're just taking our time, going around the whole boot here. And I may be a bit more thorough if I wasn't on camera, but we're going to dip it again. With the belts, you want to dip it only a little bit, because it's a very thin piece of pleather. And you could already see here, it's really laying on. Definitely take note of the little pieces here that connect on the metal eyelets, because those tend to weaken over time for some people. Again, being very careful, especially with this belt, because I know people personally where this belt absolutely crumbled when they were doing this process because they weren't being careful. But that's all there is to it, guys. Now, Ben is a more simpler figure, but again, I don't do this very often because it does air dry, but if you wanted to, you could take your microfiber cloth and kind of rub it just to get the excess off. And there's nothing wrong with that. Most of the time I do let it air dry, but you could see it's already looking better. I think it looks fresher. And again, I would recommend doing this every 2 to 3 months. Of course, is this a necessity? Not for everyone. Excuse me, I just bumped the camera. Not for everyone. But for me, I think it's worth a preventative measure. Sorry, I'm trying to get him to stand here, and I'm bad at it. Well, he's in a little bit of an awkward pose, but we'll take that. So it's not a necessity. However, I think if you do this every 2 to 3 months, you'll be better for it. It'll keep your pleather looking nice and fresh, and you'll have a little bit of a peace of mind knowing that it's not going to get dry and crack on you if you have a bad humidity levels in your area. But that's all there is to it, guys. I'm going to grab another figure here just to show you how it works on a figure that's a little bit different. I just wanted to use Old Ben as an example because this is one where the pleather cracks very often, and I kind of wanted to show you how that works and show you how careful you must be with it. So I will be right back with the next figure. Well, Me being me, I thought I just recorded this segment conditioning our next customer, which was the A New Hope Shadow Trooper. However, I did not press record. So we're just going to do it again. Let's take him off of his stand and get that out of the way. I did pull the helmet off, and I'm going to do that again here because it gives us better access to the pauldron here, because that is the bulk of the pleather on this figure. And again, if we learned a lesson from conditioning the A New Hope Obi-Wan, we want to get the limbs out of the way as much as possible, just because it makes it easier. I did already take the grenade off the back so that doesn't fall off, but I did that before I pressed record, unfortunately. Oops, I'm dipping in the wrong spot. So I'm going to dip in here, guys. And again, being very careful not to drag the metal across the pleather. We're just going to slowly apply it here around the figure. I did put a little too much here, so, but I'm behind the camera, so it's understandable. But I did put a little too much of the conditioner here, but we'll show you how to take care of that here in a second. So that's all for the pauldron. All of the original trilogy troopers that I own have this E11 holster, and this is something that you're going to want to hit because this is all pleather here. So again, being very careful not to drag the metal across it. I'm going to need a little bit more. I'm running dry. Guess I was running very dry there. But again, just being careful not to drag the metal across. We kind of want to get the side of that holster as well. But that's that. Again, as we showed earlier, if you want to wipe off the excess with our microfiber cloth, you can certainly do that now that it's had a chance to set in a little bit. And look at that baby shine. Look at that. Not only is he a shiny trooper as it is, but now he's got shiny pleather. He's newly promoted to a shadow trooper, and he's ready to go, thanks to our newly learned pleather conditioning techniques. But that's it, guys, as far as the conditioning portion of the video. Let's take it back up front, and we'll close out this video. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, and we're back. I hope you guys found this video useful. Personally, this is a video that I would have liked to have seen when I first started collecting Hot Toys and other 6-scale figures. So I hope you find this useful. This is just my process of doing things. Other people may agree and or disagree with what I did, but that's how I do it, and it works for me, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I have not had any issues. But that's all I got for you. Once again, we do have a goal of 250 subscribers. We are currently sitting at about 130, so once we get to 250, not only will we be meeting our goal, but we will be giving away the Hot Toys Harley Quinn from the Arkham video game series. So that's super exciting. We also are giving away $25 gift cards every time we hit 100 subscribers on the channel and 100 members in the Facebook group. So jump on over to that Facebook group. Once we hit 100 in there, which are about 22 away, we're going to be giving away the first $25 gift card. But that's all I got. Drop a like on this video if you found it useful, and I hope you guys find some use with this video. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, all of the links will be in the description for all of the products used in this video, just so it makes it easier on you. And of course, check out all of our friends and partners in the description as well. But that's all I got for you. Once again, have a good one.